Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content.
But viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We begin this week in Laurel as we watch students teaching students at Progressive Ag Day.
We'll head to Smyrna to meet the November recipient of the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship.
We clean up our act as Scorchy Taws gives us a sweeping reminder about fireplace safety.
And we'll bring you along for the 53rd Annual Waterfowl Festival in Easton.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. And Jason, did you get your Christmas tree put up over Thanksgiving break?
I certainly did, and I gotta tell you, it is so pretty that I might not take it down.
You mean kind of like your Christmas lights on your house?
Hey, look, if you don't take them down, you don't have to ever worry about putting them back up again.
You really are a certain kind of special.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
If each generation teaches the next generation, then our livelihoods and traditions will be around for a long, long time.
And that was the hope of Laurel School students at Progressive Ag Day.
Today we have Progressive Ag Safety Day. And Progressive Ag Safety is a program developed through Progressive Ag Magazine as their safety foundation. And what the purpose is to talk about injury prevention to children in rural environments. So the children are exposed here to some things regarding injury prevention that they may not see every day. It might be kind of unusual to them. And they get to come out, have a good time, interact, and learn about just things that could prevent something bad from happening at home.
And I love that the high school students that are in FFA are the ones out here kind of teaching the kiddos today.
Absolutely. Our thought is the Progressive Ag program is set up where you have policies, you have things that you have to do for them. However, there's approximately 40 lesson plans of injury preventions that they can work on. So what the Ag teacher or FFA director does, he has the children choose a topic they're interested in, and then once they do that, they do the research, they make the props, and develop the little mini program themselves, and come out and present it to the first graders.
There's people from the fire company out here. We're learning about first aid with them. There's a lot of animals out here that the kiddos are seeing and hanging out with. But then there's more like agricultural, electrical, kind of a little mix of everything out here.
Yes, as I said, there's 40 different injury prevention topics. It covers a lot of territory. You know, today they have 9 stations they're rotating through. Not name them off for time's sake, but fire safety is a big one, tractor safety, lawn safety, electrical safety, and of course interacting with the animals and seeing the animals. That's always a big hit.
This doesn't just happen at the Laurel Elementary School. This is happening all over.
Happens all over North America, and very proud of the program. As I said, I've done this a long time, and this is really kind of special. This is neat.
It's really neat to attend events like that because to see the older kids teach the younger kids and then watch the older kids teach an older kid like me, it's really kind of fun, and I did enjoy myself while I was out there.
It was definitely a lot of fun, and we're honoring another ag student when Outdoors Delmarva returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
We are proud to partner with Mountaire Farms to honor area high school seniors who have a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts.
And we're proud to introduce to you Smyrna High School's Colleen Nicholson.
My family grew up coming through this program. My aunt came through this program, my dad came through this program, and actually my uncle was a state officer for the FFA. So I've kind of always had this like little person on my shoulder, like, join the FFA. And I went all the way through the ag program in the middle school, and it was a little hard because those were my COVID years. So I was hybrid, or I wasn't in school all the time when I was in those classes. So that made it a little bit complicated, but I really enjoyed them, and I've always kind of known that I wanted to be a vet. So having the opportunity of coming to a strictly animal science class here and having that be like a super big main focus was really intriguing to me.
She's hardworking. She follows through on anything you put in front of her. So if I ask her to do something, I know it's going to get done. And she's very attentive to detail. So when I ask her to do something, I know it's going to get done right. She was the first student in a while that completely redid our national chapter award. And it's a 23-page application that she took and did for us this year, and we were ranked 3-star chapter in the nation because of her hard work and attention to detail, which not many students have that right now. Like the work ethic, the follow through, and the attention to detail, like all three, you know, getting them, they'll do it, they're gonna do the whole thing, and they're gonna do it right. And so, on top of the fact that she's kind, she's well-spoken, she's just a great person to be around.
She sees how the environment is affected by animal science and you know, the production methods that we use today. She also understands sustainability. And that's that buzzword that we hear in everything now. How do you make things sustainable? And she's been able to kind of get a little bit better feel for sustainability in agricultural practices, but also through doing marketing plan and ag sales. How do you make your agricultural operation more sustainable? How can that be sustainable for the next generation?
So after I graduate, depending on the university that I attend, I'm either going to be a pre-vet or an animal science major, and I'm hoping to minor in poultry science, also depending on where I go. I'm trying to get my degree in 3 years. The university that I want to attend has a program that they do in 3 years, and then you spend your 4th year starting vet school. So that's kind of my goal. From there, I want to become a large animal veterinarian, and I have plans to come back to Delaware to do that. But I want to get my licensing in a couple of the surrounding states in order to travel, and kind of just like give back to this community that I've started in, because right now there aren't very many large animal vets around here, and versus going somewhere where there might be more animals, but there's also more vets, I want to be able to come back to a place that even though we have less animals, I'm still able to be around an area that I'm familiar with, people that I've grown up around, and be able to, I guess, serve them.
Colleen Nicholson, for your commitment to feeding the world like we do at Mountaire Farms, it's my pleasure to present to you the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Once again, congratulations, Colleen.
To find out more information or to nominate a student, go to WBOC.com, click on Features, and then click on Farm to Table.
Outdoors Delmarva, we'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Jason, you have a working fireplace, so this next story probably hits, well, home.
It certainly does. So let's break out the top hats and long coats in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
For those who burn wood, it's the time of year for a visit from your friendly chimney sweep, if in fact he hasn't already been. He could very well be the buffer between a cozy, snuggly winter by the fireplace and a damaging chimney fire inspired by the demon creosote.
The only way you can really tell, you have to get in there and inspect it.
Gene Bailey and son-in-law Tony Hall of Snow Hill form a chimney sweeping partnership. It is not a job for wimps.
Most chimney sweeps, we say, we're about half nuts. You have to be half crazy and half squirrel.
Mentality and agility aside, we wondered what causes creosote buildups.
It comes because a stove is not burnt hot enough. The safety factor of burning the stove hot reduces the creosote buildup entirely. It's very hard in burning an insert to burn it properly where you keep things of creosote down. The only secret behind burning wood is to burn it hot.
Gene went on to say that red oak, white oak, and hickory are the best woods to burn. And by all means, your fireplace should be cleaned regularly.
A good rule of thumb, as far as a fireplace is concerned, is after 3 to 5 cords of wood have been burned. It should at least be checked at that point. A wood stove, fireplace inserts, they must be cleaned a minimum of once a year.
Chimney cleaning has come a long way since ancient days. In those days of yore, white geese, tied with rope, were dropped down chimneys where their frantic wing flapping would knock the chimney free of debris. But among many modern-day sweeps, what has not changed is the traditional garb worn by English sweeps since the 1700s, top hats and tails.
It's just a tradition, more or less, and let's face it, it is a very good advertising gimmick.
Scorchy Taws, one in our Delmarva land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that modern Christmas parades are a nod to Roman triumphs, which featured music, banners, wagons, and horse-drawn chariots?
Did you know that the Toronto Christmas Parade, considered one of the longest active parades, is just under 4 miles long, whereas the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California is 5.5 miles long?
And did you know that the longest running Christmas parade in the U.S. is found in Peoria, Illinois, and held its 137th parade on November 29th?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Anytime that we get a chance to stroll around Easton is an immediate yes for us.
But throw in a tradition that's 53 years old and we'll grow wings just to get there faster.
Nick, here we are in Easton with a glorious day and a really awesome weekend for another Waterfowl Festival. The turnout is great. You got to be happy.
It's been incredible. We kicked things off last night with our premiere nights for VIP ticket holders, and we sold over 700 tickets, more than doubled last year's sales. The town was vibrant and lit up with amazing artwork and incredible food and great people, and all helped by the support of the community.
And for those who might be new to the area or may never even heard of what's happening today, kind of give us the elevator pitch about why people should have the Waterfowl Festival on their radar.
Absolutely. So the Waterfowl Festival is an historic event. It's in its 53rd year, and it's based around art, conservation, food, and community. So it's all of those elements combined with, of course, the outdoor flair and celebrating all the recreational activities, the dogs, the raptor shows, and lots of kids activities this year with our quacking corners. So it's a big celebration of arts, fun, and entertainment.
Ronnie Wells, this is not your first time here, is that correct?
That is definitely correct. Number 38.
Number 38. So you're very familiar with this area, yeah, even though you're from Texas.
That's right.
Now, what keeps you coming back to Easton for 38 years?
If it wasn't for my wife volunteering to drive that far, I probably would have dropped down a long time ago. But bless her heart, she is a wonderful driver and she loves it. It's a great venue. We love that. We've made a lot of good friends and a lot of good collectors over those 38 years.
Can you kind of describe a little bit about your particular style of artwork?
Well, actually, 38 years ago, I was lured in as a painter. because they really didn't have a venue for sculptors, believe it or not. It wasn't until probably, I would say, 5 or 6 years later that sculpture became as popular as the flat art, which is painting and photographs and things like that. It always had wood carvers, but not many sculptors. So, over a period of time, the sculpture has become the featured thing as far as what I bring up here. We have a few paintings. This year I did the painting for the poster as well as the featured sculpture, which is the canvas bag.
And there really is something for everybody here at this. It's not just for those who like waterfowl arts or like decoy carving. There is something for everyone here.
Yeah, even if you just want to come and grab an oyster fritter, we have all kinds of food trucks, everything wrapped in bacon, or we have, so if you just are looking to come downtown and grab a beer even, you'll enjoy just being outside in this beautiful weather, taking in all the different festivities. We have 4 different live music stages too, so anyone's welcome to attend. Tickets are only $25.
The Waterfowl Festival is perfect for anyone who simply loves the outdoor culture of Delmarva and returns to Easton in November of next year.
We're checking out viewer photos when Outdoors Delmarva returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
West Peak of Pittsville harvested this big fella during the early days of Maryland archery season.
Brantley Scott of Millsboro, pictured here with his dad William, harvested this 9-pointer with his crossbow.
9-year-old Easton Labo of Marion Station got his very first button buck.
11-year-old Jackson Yoder of Greenwood harvested this doe on a farm west of Dover.
13-year-old Patton Jones of Parsonsburg says if you're going to get your first buck, better make it a good one, and he delivered on that. Incredible.
James Cathell of Berlin has every reason to smile with a buck like that. Well done, James.
12-year-old Gianni Bartacci of Seaford, seen here with his uncle Jared Lineweaver, shows off his first deer.
15-year-old Lydia Foote of Salisbury is all smiles with her Youth Day 6-pointer.
10-year-old Trenton Foxwell of Cambridge went hunting with his dad and got his first buck. Congratulations, young man.
And Jeff Mitchell of Salisbury went out for some early morning rock fishing and had himself one foggy morning ride.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
The Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy Mount of the Week is this big 8-pointer harvested by Billy Wrestler.
For all your butcher and taxidermy needs, call Spencer at 410-422-3942. Stop by the shop on Morris Road in Pittsville or check out Longhorn Butcher on Facebook.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thanks so much for sending in those wonderful photos. You can submit your own photo by going to outdoorsdelmarva.com and clicking the banner at the top of the page. Or you can scan that QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We hope to see you right back here again next week. But until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.